Hello, it is Becca. Whoop, I shouldn't move the bed. Alright, so like I said, I was going to do regular vlogging again, but medical problems have ensued. That's why I haven't been uploading. So today it's gonna get a little personal again. It's fun to talk about on camera, but now that I have successfully had this procedure done and I have a heating pad and many drugs in me, nothing heavy, just Advil and Motrin, I will talk about it today. As you can tell by the title of the video and the screenshot that you saw, I got an IUD. Preliminary thing. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor, I am not a medical professional, I am not a nurse, I'm just a person with my own experiences, just like the IBS video. So, I've been on birth control since I was 16. I have a lot of issues with my period. It is super heavy, gastrointestinal issues, severe cramping, headaches, mood swings, not a fun time. This runs in my family, it's super hereditary, but my mom and my grandmother had these problems before me. Totally normal that I would be getting it, even though the pain I'm feeling is not normal. I shouldn't be feeling like this. So I'm going to be having some tea during this video, so ignore that as some sleepy time teas because I am in a quite considerable amount of pain. So I'm gonna make this really quick as quick as I can, but what happened is I decided to get an IUD after being on birth control for about 4 years. I tried 4 or 5 different packs, long-term, short-term, high dose, low dose, medium dose. I'm like Goldilocks. It didn't really work. I did a lot of research over the summer and we decided to give it this one pack of pills one last try before I committed to an IUD. And it was working well until I had some issues in the beginning of February where I had severe breakthrough bleeding and other fun stuff. Also, disclaimer at this point, if you do not like the idea of blood, periods, uterus, cervix, if you don't like those words mentioned, just don't watch the video because I'm not going to get into gross detail because I don't want to give a lot of information about my reproductive system, but you know, I'm gonna mention those words. So if you're super weird about it, which is fine, just don't watch the video. So what happened is I scheduled the IUD. Usually they have it done when you're on your period because your cervix is super relaxed. To add to this, I have an anxiety disorder, which I discussed before, generalized anxiety disorder with panic attacks, which makes me super tight and nervous at all parts of my body, but especially my reproductive system. So I scheduled the IUD. I was given a cervix relaxer. I can't remember what the pill is called, microprostol. It's very, very common. So it relaxed my cervix, and I was also given 10 milligrams of Valium to relax me. Took the microprostol the night before the procedure, and I took the Valium an hour before the procedure, along with 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. I went in high as a kite with my mom, and it didn't happen. I am too nervous. I was too scared. I've never given birth, a big thing, and that and the combination of a lot of other things and the anxiety just made it impossible to get the device in. But the doctor that administered it said, well, tomorrow's my OR date and we have a light day, so we might be able to get you in. So I talked to the doctor and I talked to the scheduler and I was able to get fit in today, the 28th, to have the IUD placed surgically under anesthesia, conscious sedation. I still smell like the hospital. I wish I could take a shower, but I'm too tired. So what I decided to do was do it under conscious sedation, like I said. So what we did is we got to the hospital, me and my dad, around 9:30. I got checked in, I got the whole vitals done, got my IV in, which I still have a bruise for, and I hung out there for about, I'd say 50 minutes. It was about it was about an hour. And I hung out and I listened to my YouTube videos and just hung out with my dad. You know, basically I didn't want him to leave me, and I was with nurses and they made me comfortable, as comfortable as you can be after vitals, and being super, super unhappy. I hadn't been fasting since midnight, so I was a little grumpy and upset that I hadn't eaten or drank anything in a considerable amount of time. Next thing I know, I had to remove my glasses, and by the way, my vision is horrible without my glasses. It is almost... it's not good. I'm not legally blind, but I'll be legally blind probably the next 15 years without my glasses. So they had to take my glasses away, and that sucked. So I was rolled down, blind as a bat, to the pre-op area downstairs, which was freezing, by the way. It was absolutely freezing, and it sucked. So I listened to the morning news and Access Hollywood and How to Be a Millionaire because I couldn't see the TV, so I just listened to it. It was really fun having to ask people to help me with the bathroom and stuff because I can't see anything. So I was like, where's the bathroom? I'm blind. So what happened is they checked on me, gave me more vitals, and my doctor came in about over an hour and a half later. It was about 12:35, and she came in, did more vitals, asked more questions. The resident and the other nurse came in and asked more questions, and the assistant came in and asked more questions, which is fine. I don't care. It's a hospital. Check all the shit you have to check. I really don't give a shit. So what happened is around 12:45, she came in and said she'd be any minute. They were waiting. The other surgery they had went over. Like basically they were waiting for like the room to be sanitized and prepped, which I was like, fine, let it be sanitized. I don't want to go into a dirty ER. Or dirty OR. Around 1, they wheeled me in. Well, they started giving me sedation. The anesthesiologist also came in and talked to me, and she gave me some things, and I felt a little tired, but I didn't feel out of it yet. Rolled me into the OR, kind of got freaked out. They had me roll over to like the operation bed. I couldn't really do the movements they wanted me to do, so they had to kind of help. Got my feet up in the position of what you would do for like in the stirrups, like you would for a pap smear. They saw I was a little too responsive, so they more anesthesia in me. And that's all I remember. So, and then I woke up in recovery on the top floor where I was with the nice nurses. They were all nice, but with the really nice nurses. And I woke up. It was about 2 o'clock. By the time I woke up, it was about the procedure took all of literally 5 minutes. The hardest part was getting me 10 minutes back up to the room, and then about 30 to 40 minutes for me to wake up from the conscious sedation, which by the way isn't too bad. General anesthesia, which my parents both gone under, it usually takes like hours to wake up from. So I woke up. Very nice nurse said to me, oh, so happy, you know, going in was fine, it was successful. So the next thing we did is they called my parents back, of course, and they started feeding me ice chips and water and crackers. And I was feeling really lightheaded, and I had to use the restroom because they wanted me to use the restroom to make sure everything was kosher down there. And it totally was. I was in a lot of pain, but it was definitely more manageable. Yeah, I have the IUD officially inserted in me. I have Skyla, which I have the little information thing. It's gonna be backwards for you, but I have the little information packet for me just in case, just to reference. I have to go back in for an ultrasound next week because I didn't want to do it the day I had the operation, to just make sure everything's in place. It feels fine. I'm in cramping and bleeding and in pain, but hey, that's the way it goes when you have this sort of operation done. So yeah, just wanted to share my story. It was obliterating pain yesterday. I thought I was gonna die on that table, and I sobbed, cried in front of everybody. I was high as a kite and really emotionally upset, and I was already on my period. So I cried in front of my mom, the nurse, and the doctor, who happened to be my surgeon today. Just completely sobbed for like 10 minutes, and they patted my shoulder, and she quickly told me, you're completely normal down there, you're just nervous, and that happens. And she said people that have given birth literally can't even have it inserted. And for reference, Skyla is the smallest of the IUDs we put in. It's not much smaller than Marina, but Marina and Skyla are the two hormonal ones. Paragard is the copper IUD. So I just wanted to give you my perspective on this. My recommendation is do not do it without painkillers. If you're sexually active, it's going to be better for you, even though, you know, I have been a little bit in the past and that didn't help me either. Giving a kid, it's supposed to be easier. If you're having regular intercourse, you're supposed to be better, or you've had medical procedures like this before, then you'll be fine. The actual procedure for the IUD takes all about 5 minutes in the office and about 5 minutes in the operating room. So such a big of a difference, you'd have to be under anesthesia. I'm so grateful that they fit me in today because I didn't want to go another cycle, because I have been in school the past few days, because I was in college, because I could not move from my bed. That is how bad it is. My biggest recommendation to anybody that is in pain or getting an IUD is it's going to be so different. I've heard people literally sob in the room, or I've heard people that are like, it was fine. Or I've heard a lot of people have to get put under general anesthesia. It's becoming more and more an option. People also don't like to have the IUD put in if you haven't given birth yet. Most doctors won't even do it on you. But as a person who desperately needs this, it became a medical necessity. If pills work for you, that's great. I wish they worked for me because pills were fine for a long time, but it got to be too much. So anyway, that was my experience with my IUD. It's only been about, 8 hours, 9 hours since I've gotten it put in. I'm expecting to be bleeding and sore and crampy for the next few days, and then bleeding on and off for a few months. And then hopefully within 3 to 6 months it goes away. So I'll keep you all updated. I will be posting more vlogs and more videos like this as well with what's going on in my life. I know this is a long one too, I apologize. Thanks for sitting in and watched all of this, and I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!